Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. It's Thursday night. Nope, not my birthday, not Christmas. It's just Thursday night. That's good enough for me. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. Let me get over to my page so I can chat with all of you tonight because this is Stampin' Chat, is it not? Yes. Let's also see. I'm going to need that eventually. Let me set up all the screens we may need. Right? Display one. Where is it? FaceTime, this and that. Okay, there we go. Hi. Hello, hello. All right. Let's see. Is it Jean that's first? Is Jean first? Let's see. Every once in a while, Jean is not first. And that always shocks me a little bit. And let's see here. I know I'm not first. There I am. I'm here after all. Very good. All right, so it's so nice to have all of you here tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. At least I had fun playing with this bundle. Fond of Autumn. And I am. Definitely. I'm waiting for autumn so much right now. I can't even tell you. I know that a lot of you are too. Chances are it's your favorite season if you live in the United States, right? Probably. You guys can post in the comments what your favorite season is. If you say summer, well, if you say summer, you're taking your life in your own hands. Everyone, it's just too hot, right? I don't hear anyone saying, it's just not hot enough anymore in the summer. No one says that, okay? So that is why I am skipping ahead of, let's say, 4 weeks. Let's hope. And we're going to work on fall products, right? Or with fall products. But I'll still show you a way to use them right now. And they look very summery. So hello, everyone. This is Lisa Harden. I'm coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in all its grandeur. From a sunny Boise, Idaho. So glad to have you here with me tonight. And if you've not been here before, welcome. If you've been here for years, welcome. I love all the company. I love chatting with you, so please post your comments as you are doing now. Everyone is sharing. I love that so much. It has helped the Stamping Zoo grow. And that's how we get the word out, that we have stamping and chatting and fun and ideas, right? I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And one of the things that means is that I sell all of the products we're going to be using tonight. We have beautiful catalogs of all sorts of paper crafting items. We have so many fun things going on right now. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to list all of them tonight for you, but we have this current holiday catalog through the end of December. We have this really great annual catalog, which is valid through, or current, I guess, through the middle of next year. We also have a celebration flyer, which is now like counting down. It's about 7 days, I think, the end of August, or while supplies last. And there have been 10, I think there were 10 or 11 items that were added to the list. If you follow me by email, you got a picture of those, so you know which items are extra options for earning. So there's some great stuff going on right now. There's a signing special, so if you want to sign up and be a part of my team, there's lots of fun things about it, but one of the first things that happens is you get to purchase a starter kit, and you do that by choosing $125 of product from anything that's current or clearance, and you pay $99 plus tax. So you get free shipping, free business supplies, free paper pumpkin, and lots of fun. Okay? Months and months of stamping with no minimum required. And after that, there's just a minimum if you want to remain active. If you don't want to remain active, you just become a lovely customer again. There is no pressure. I'm a demonstrator that likes to give information, not pressure. So I will tell people where they stand as far as minimums and different goals, but I do not pressure people. That's not in my interest, and it's just not in my character. So I would love to have you join my team. If you live in the United States, that's the only requirement. You just need to live in the United States and want to have fun. I guess that's the second requirement, right? That's it. Otherwise, we're just a fun group of stampers. We meet virtually, we meet in person. I try to make different options for people to be able to craft with me or get together with me for business updates and business advice, should they want that. Okay, so please take a look at, let me show you a little picture here of this beautiful extra. It's not really a signing bonus. I don't mean to make it sound like like there's cash involved, but what you get in addition to the $125 in product is that for the next 7 or 8 days through the end of August, right, you will receive this beautiful planner. It's an 18-month planner, a set of 3 notebooks, and a stamp set. It's about $45 value on top of the $125 of product you choose. So it's just a great way to get a lot of really fun product, things that you can give as gifts, things that you can use to further your crafting expertise, things to get organized. I think stampers like organization in general, or we're always striving for organization, right? Well, this is going to help you with that, whether it's for your stamping business or just for your life. Okay, so please, if you would like to speak with me about that, you can call me. You can just go over to thestampingzoo.com, and there's a tab there that says Join the Zoo. You can read about me. You can read about why I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Why do I do this? And there's a link to sign up if you want to order your starter kit. Right now, you can get early products in those, like the die set and stamp set that make the apple harvest, or the extras for this birthday piggy. You can put those kind of things in your starter kit. So I just want to let you know I am available for questions. Not right this, well, you can ask me questions online, but you can phone me if you would like. My phone number is over there on my website. So you can call me, preferably after this live, and ask me any questions you might have. And that's a no obligation conversation, okay? I just want to throw that out there for you because I love having a team. I didn't know if I would like that or not when I first started. I didn't even think I would, actually. My preconceived notion is that I wouldn't. And now I can't imagine that because I love my team, okay? Some people I wouldn't have met otherwise, and it's just a lovely way to get together and craft. All right, so let's see who's with us tonight. Oh my gosh, it makes me smile seeing all these faces. And you know what? I think our I'm not going to get cocky, but I think our technology is a lot better tonight. As I said last week, went through some Apple updates. I think that was the issue. Let's hope. I always like to think it's something like that that explains it, and then it's gone away, right? So we've got Corinne sharing, Kathy Sheely. Hi, Kathy Sheely. Roz shared. Hi, beautiful, she says. Oh, me? No, come on. No, come on, really. Pam, hello, Pam. And she has shared. And Lori has shared. And hi, Amy. So, and Kathy Sanford loves fall. Yay, Kathy Sanford, hello. Excuse me. I wasn't getting choked up, but I was very happy to see your name. It's nice to see you here. And she has shared. And I am fabulous. Well, Lori, if you say it, then it's so, right? Hello, Jill. Jill, our party animal and 3D card extraordinaire from Mantua. No, Mantua? Mantua. Tell me how you pronounce that. Ohio. And everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Well, hello, Barb. Barb's live tonight from Tucson. Yeah, Barb, I'm sure you're waiting for fall, or maybe not. Maybe you live in the desert, so you must like that. Hello, Susan T. And hi, Carol from Connecticut. Thanks to see you. Here we've got an Iowa, Lisa Patton. Yes. Oh gosh, it's just so nice to see all of you. You're all jumping on KZ. We're going to talk about KZ in just 1 minute. That's why I'm wearing this t-shirt. My semi-patriotic t-shirt. Hi, Donna and Marilyn. Very nice to see you, ladies. So as you're coming on, like I've already said, just say hello. Say hello to each other. Of course, tell us what your favorite season is tonight. Tell me if you have the Fond of Autumn stamp set and dies. I think you're going to find out there's a few tricks and the versatility with these, with this bundle that maybe you don't know about yet. So I'll be really happy to show you. First things first, though, one thing I'm really excited to tell you about tonight is I am requesting a call to action. That means this is something I would like you to do, okay? Should you want to. It's not a forced thing, but Kathleen Zuckerman, that most of you know if you have been around here for a while, is a very loyal follower, and she asked us for something last week. And so then today it finally dawned on me that I could help her out a tiny bit by just giving a moment to this to talk about what she's looking for, because I think it's a noble act, right? So she is gathering cards to put together for troops that are stationed in Afghanistan. I would like you to help her if you can. She needs cards for men and women, words of encouragement, nothing sparkly on the cards. I may have already violated that one, but and you may write a message or you may leave it blank. Okay, so she's putting together with a group of people she knows. She's putting together this really great task, and I think she would love people, card makers such as us, to send in cards to her. Okay, if you are interested in doing this, please let me know. But you can private message me, and I will send you Kathleen's address. Likewise, if you just search on Kathleen Zuckerman and you're able to send her a message, she will send you her mailing address as well. They are trying to put this together. I believe she needs the cards like in the next week or two. Probably the next week or 10 days, I think. I think it was at the beginning of September. So anyway, like I said, please just let me know or let Kathleen know, and we'll get you the address. I assume, and I sent my cards with envelopes, right? They need the envelopes. So you're all really great card makers. So I just want to put that out there for you. I thought it was great that she asked, and I was happy to be a part of it. So I did use embossing on mine, which I told her that I might be making some new ones this weekend. I didn't look at all the requirements, so I didn't know that we weren't supposed to use anything sparkly. Thank goodness I didn't put other embellishments on it, right? I was really going to go to town. And then actually what I thought was, don't put that stuff on there because you don't know how far these cards have to go, and in the heat or whatever, they might fall off. So I was trying to keep it simple, but I guess simple to me is a little embossing. Okay, so anyway, I am going to, let's see what I want to show you. I have so many things to talk about tonight. We are going to make a card. Please don't worry about that. It's definitely first in line, but we're going to make a few cards actually, but I do want to tell you about a couple of my events for September. They do have registration dates coming up soon. You don't necessarily have to pay for them at the time that you register, but you do need to register because I need to start getting prepared for that and purchasing products. So the first thing is my September stamp camp is going to be a little different than my regular monthly stamp camp. You will get to choose whether you want to make apple harvest cards or this birthday piggy cards, and then your projects will all be from one of those bundles. You can either purchase the bundle that you want to work with and get the class for free, or you can just pay for the class, which is $25. It will probably have 4 cards and a 3D project. That's what I'm guessing. Just, I like to keep the amount of time. I don't want people to feel like they have to stay here for 5 hours. So anyway, this one is in person. I am very happy to do this one as an online class. If 3 of you say that you are interested in doing this as an online class, I am very happy to do it. The cost would be the same, except we would need to add shipping. So the cost will either be, if you purchase the class from me, or if you purchase the bundle from me and pay the shipping for the class, then you will get everything for the class for free. Shipping would probably be $9. Or you can just pay $25 plus, I don't know if it'll be a full 9, but anyway, you'll just pay that for the class if you do not want the stamps and bundle. I have played with both of them. You saw it last week. That's what I was working with. I love them. They're so fun, and there's so many dies. Oh my gosh. So many dies. Sherry says she would like an online class. Okay, good. We have 1 taker. And again, you know, you don't have to register or anything tonight, but Sherry, I will send you the link for the online registration. And that would be, I would send you the product, and then it would be an online class in an exclusive Facebook group with a written tutorial. So again, I only need 3 people to make that work. Okay, so that would be really fun. And then second up is Bingo Baby. Now that's happening on the 10th. That's coming up really quickly. So Bingo Baby is coming up. It will be, of course, you're going to have celebration, or not celebration, but Stampin' Up! Product is what you're going to be playing for, whether it's actual product or whether it is gift certificates. And again, if you just go to thestampingzoo.com, you will find pages and registration links for both of those. I'll be very happy to have you join in. I do have some people signed up for all of those events. It just, nothing's full right now, okay? So feel free to just wander on over there and sign up. I can't wait to have you come to the classes. It'll be really fun. And in October, just know in October, I'm going to have an online bingo. I'm also having an online class that's going to be so much fun. You're on my desk right now. So the online class for October is going to feature this Wonderful World stamp set and the Designer Series paper that coordinates with it. This you can purchase. Whoops, where'd my desk go? What happened? Hold on now. Oh, I see. Sorry, guys. Wrong thing. Wrong screen. There's only a million. I've got a million screens going. It's like NBC here, you know, or CNN or whatever, Fox News. It's all that. Okay, let's try this. So this is the stamp set and the coordinating paper that is going to be featured in my October online class. It is free with a $100 purchase in through the end of the month, or while supplies last, right? And here's the other option though for the class, is if you want to pay a registration fee of $40 for the class, you will get the stamp set and the paper from me plus the class, and it will be, well, it'll be $50 plus shipping. Okay, kind of fun, right? So this is obviously, I only have a limited amount. It's just, I bought some of them as my own celebration rewards. And so in September, when they are retired, they will still be brand new to you, but I will be sending them out to those of you that want to do the online class. And the cool thing is, if you choose this as one of your rewards, when you make a purchase with me, or if you've already done so during celebration, you get the online class for free. Okay, so that is something fun coming up. And again, I only have, well, I'll have 4 or 5 probably products to sell. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. I love this stamp set. When you start putting some color to these stamps, there's something else. Okay, so speaking of something else, let's take a look at this card that I got from Kathy Sheely. Oh my gosh. It's pretty much what I did in the car when I got it. Look at this. Oh, Kathy. It is so gorgeous. I want to make sure I have it up here kind of where it needs to be. It's just a watercolored card. I don't know what products she used. That's my paper. It looks weird over there. I don't know what products she used, but it is so stunning. It looks like you ran your paper through the textured, tasteful textures, something like that. Yeah, I remember that. Look at this though, you guys. Isn't this stunning? And then a beautiful note inside. Hope you're feeling well. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. It appears that you have drawn this. It's unreal to me. You've drawn some of these images and then just colored them. And others are just colored with no line, which I think makes such a cool combination. Yeah, you guys, I know, right? Give her the wow face because it is pretty cool. So anyway, very glad to get this week, and probably has some Wink of Stella on it. Yep. Oh, look at this one though. Can you believe that? So pretty. So anyway, thank you so much, Kathy. I mean, the words always mean a lot, right? And then you send this beautiful card on top of it. So I'm a lucky person. I'm so lucky. And then you guys seem to be really liking this card today. This is another product from Celebration, right? The hippest hippos, but then they can be a cow. So that one was really fun. That was part of my In Color Club. We just did that last week. So with my In Color Club, everybody gets product, and then we get a card class too. So super fun, you guys. I love doing all of this fun stuff with you. And we have World Card Making Day coming up. I'm going to be doing something fun for that, as well as Stampin' Up! Has their own fun things to be doing. So please keep an eye out for that stuff. Let's see. I think I need all this stuff. Please also don't forget, the next 3 months in particular coming up are so much fun with the paper pumpkin, right? So this one is going to be Halloween treats. But again, with the paper pumpkin fan club and all the alternate groups, and I do an alternate video myself, even if you don't want to make all of them as treat makers, don't worry, you're going to have lots of ideas. And then November and December, of course, are, oh, they look like they're Christmas. So anyway, please keep that in mind. Again, you can sign up just by going over to thestampingzoo.com, hit the Shop Now tab, and then just search on Paper Pumpkin, or I believe it's down the left-hand side. The menu is. So, but of course, if you have any troubles, you can just call me. It's the kind of demonstrator I am. You can just call me, okay? I'm not super fancy. You don't have to make an appointment. You just have to call me. I do have a RoboKiller app on my phone, so sometimes you have to leave a message and then I'll call you back. But don't worry. As long as you're not a spammer, I usually answer the call. Okay, everyone, so Fond of Autumn. I said I was fond of autumn. This is a card that I made that I'm really liking. I was trying to, what I colored using all of our naturals Stampin' Blends. Okay, look at them. They're so beautiful. I've been wanting to do a project just with the naturals blends, and I found the project. Okay, so this was the first thing that I made with, let me hold that still. So this was the first thing that I made. Oh, thank you. With this, and we're going to make this card just slightly altered. We're gonna flip it on its edge and do some other things. And then we have these gold matte sequins. This comes from a 4-color pack of sequins. that are it's in the mini catalog up by the candy canes. So if you're wondering where those come from, this is some of that faux suede trim from the annual catalog. And then I've embossed with my brand new embossing powder, which I will say is I should have done that like a couple of years ago probably. See, you never run out of embossing powder, and so that's great, kind of. But the bad thing is it gets old, or, you know, it gets lots of like additive things in it when you are shaking it back and forth. And so anyway, refreshed all of my embossing powders, and they're working quicker and the colors are sharper. It's just so funny. So anyway, just a reminder to you guys, guess what? We sell embossing powder. And so then I did a total like 180 on the color palette, and I made this card, and we are going to just put the finishing touches on this card. But this is just one of the images in the stamp set, right? Of course, I stamped and colored it over and over, and then I used the deckled rectangles. I'm kind of in love with them. Deckled rectangles to finish this card off, a little blending brush, and that is also just from Fond of Autumn, but it looks like hot summer card, doesn't it? You parakeet party, and I paired it with some of my purples that I'll tell you about. And then, yes, Kathleen, you know what, I couldn't get to your message because I was trying to update our graphic, and then of course I came live. So, and then finally we're going to finish up a card. I hope we have time for all this, but we're going to finish up this card, which I think is it's a true rich fall color palette, right? And just some different elements, but we are going to I'm going to show you how I created some of these, okay? So a little technique, a lot of color, a lot of fun, and some talking. Who wouldn't like that? That's a beautiful night to me. That to me has become my perfect Thursday night. Okay, so I think let's get started with the coloring card. With this card that we're going to make basically from start to finish. Now, I have a couple of things to show you. So I was coloring last night because I just needed to kind of wind down, and I knew I wanted to start to try and color this. And so what I did was then I remembered, oh yeah, I want to color with all of the naturals. Now what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the natural Stampin' Blends is we have 10 markers that are natural tones. So they're great for skin tones, they're great for nature, they're great for animals, they're great for whatever. They're great for just regular filling in between the other colors. Mine are labeled 100 through 1000. That is how they were numbered. I believe that the new ones, let's just look. Why do I have to guess? I have the catalogs, right? And you guys want to know where these are anyway. So let's look here. I have some handy tabs. So I didn't tab this though. Let me get to it here. 1, 2. It says Stampin' Blends are on these pages, and then they're over on page 128. I'm guessing that's where they are. Yep, they are. Okay, so these are the Natural Tones Stampin' Blends, page 128. See, now they're called different things, like how makeup is named, right? You've got deep, medium, medium light, and light. The same markers I have, okay? Just kind of know that the darkest one is 100, and the lightest one is 1000. And so when I'm telling you what colors these are, just know that like the first set is 100 and 200. The second set is 300 and 400, and so on. Okay? Because I just labeled them the way mine are labeled. Okay. All right. So I have all of those out. I also pulled ivory, bronze, and a color lifter. Those were like my outside of the natural tones, okay? Ivory, bronze, and the color lifter. Isn't this so cute? Guess you went to the Container Store this last weekend. Me. So I had to get some containers. I mean, it's only right. Didn't have anything in particular that I wanted to get that day. Okay, so then here's what I did last night. You can take a screenshot of this if you like. Just know that these flowers, they come out a little bit differently because after I did them last night, I realized I'm not in love with those. I want them to look slightly different. And so you will see that I have taken out one of the colors that I used and revised it. So this is just what works for me. It was like my little legend, right? Because otherwise I don't remember what I colored anything. So you can see that I've numbered these here. Again, if you end up liking this or think you want to color it like I did, just take a screenshot of this right now. And then you can see what I used, okay? And then I have written whether I used the color lifter, bronze, ivory, and then all of the numbers, again, are just as I kind of told you, okay? So with that, I stamped it in early espresso. I wanted a nice warm color. I started out by stamping it in black, and then I realized that doesn't go with my color palette. I wanted to keep it just all natural, right? So don't get hung up on always stamping everything in black because it totally changes the look of things. All right, what we're going to do tonight is I am going to color this whole thing, but we're just going to use a piece and part of it. This is kind of fun. It's part of the great versatility of these dies. So let's just start coloring. Okay, we're going to, I was kind of challenging myself with leaving some white space and not over blending everything so it looked smooth. So as you can tell, I didn't. There's some white space. And of course, this was the second one I colored. It looks better, right? And maybe the third one will even look better, but I've left some spaces. I did not over blend things, so you can really tell where the different colors start and stop. So I will try to leave that there as we are coloring in case people are coming in, you know, during the process, and then they know kind of like what we're shooting for, right? Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and color these little berries, which, you know, in a normal color scheme could be red or purple or crushed curry. They could be your pop of color, right? And I need the marker that is 400. Is it going to be, seriously, the last marker I picked up? I hope that doesn't happen all night long. So here's how I colored the berries. And I use bullet point for most everything. And please let me know if you're having trouble with the technology. On my side, it seems to be good. It's not stalling, it's keeping up. So I sure hope that that works. Can I post a picture of the color chart after the live? Absolutely, I will do that. Okay, Corinne? So, let's see here. This is just kind of how I colored these berries. Is I did 3 at a time, okay? And then while the ink was still wet, of course, I brought in my color lifter. And so that is just a colorless marker that's nothing but the solution. And so it can help you water down, or it helps you remove things off of, if you've colored outside of a line, it helps you move the ink back where it should be. So it has lots of uses. It can give you a different, lighter look for a certain color if you're trying to get even more versatility out of your markers. So I really suggest that people always get a color lifter, okay? So as you can tell, or hopefully you can see, that as I'm doing 3 or 4 of these berries at one time, then the color loses its intensity as I come around with the color lifter. Just brings it to a light, slightly lighter shade. Hello, Mary Lou and Laura, and thank you for sharing. That reminds me, I'm going to be giving away tonight a full new package of the Brights 6x6 DSP. We were talking about how great this paper is last week, and I was using it. And so I'm giving this away to one lucky viewer who shared last week's video. I'm ready for that. Can you believe it? But I need a prize czar, one of you, who thinks you're going to watch until the end. Please don't let me forget to do the drawing, okay? So anyway, please don't let me forget. Somebody tell me you're going to be my prize czar. You're really just the person that makes sure I don't turn off the video before I give away the cool prize, okay? So yes, Kathleen, don't forget about the color lifter. It's like the most versatile color that we have. Okay, so then let's come in and start doing some of the greenery. We need the bronze and the 100, which is the darkest. Okay, so that's going to be in your deep. I think it was called deep. See, I shouldn't even try to do that right now. I could definitely do a conversion chart later, but okay, KZ, you're gonna stick around, or you're just, oh no, you're saying pick me for, I got you. That is a nice prize, isn't it? The paper is so versatile, and I just want you to always remember that the paper that I just showed you is available in packs related to every color family, plus the in colors. So you can always have a piece of designer series paper in every single color, 4 different patterns. I think it's a no-brainer. Okay, so again, here I am. I'm like, normally I would be leaving my marker on the paper and doing circles, okay? What I'm doing now is I'm like picking it up and I'm making more like short strokes. And that's getting a couple things done for me. I'm not totally blending out my colors, and I'm able to pick it up and leave white spots. So thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you at least saying, you know, I know. Oh, Kathleen is the prize czar. Okay, thank you. At first I thought you were just saying you wanted me to pick you for the prize, which is possible. I think you're on the list. Okay, Kathleen's the prize czar. She is going to make sure I don't turn off the video before I give away the prize. That's no fun. Okay, so then the technique is going to be the same. It's like, I don't even know that I'd call it a different technique, but it's different than the way I normally color. Okay, now I need the 600 and the bronze. I use the bronze in a couple different applications, right? I've always liked that bronze marker. I don't know what it is. 600, okay. Thank goodness these don't have names, because I think it would be kind of tough for me. Okay, so then I did 600 in bronze down on these. That might be the only ones. So again, see, I'm using like these strokes instead of circles. Like I normally color in circles most of the time. And this way, you're picking the marker up, so you're not constantly blending the ink together. Now, these are blends markers. That's what they do, like, right? But doesn't mean that you have to do that every time. So I just had to remind myself of that. Oh, here we go. I knew there were a couple more leaves like this somewhere. See, I've colored it twice, so if I were going to make these for Christmas cards, you know how that goes. Then pretty soon you get it, you memorize it, and I wouldn't have to look at my color chart. It happens, believe it or not. I don't know what the limit is. Maybe after, well, it depends on how many colors. This has a lot of colors. This has 12 colors plus the color lifter, right? But it's definitely, it's like it was a no-brainer of having a nice cohesive color palette. This is like the brilliance of these natural blends. I love them. Okay, now I'm looking for 400 and 700. There we go. Got it. These are these other leaves. Now you'll see this 700. Remember I said 100 is the darkest, right? 1,000 is the lightest. And so 700, you're starting to get kind of a sandy pink tone. Once you get up into 1,000, pretty fair. If you were calling it somebody's skin tone, it would be, I guess, Nordic people. Jenny, well, thank you. I'm surprised I'm not in New Orleans either, but you know what? I'm going to be there next year, I think. I'm getting very close to attaining the title of Silver Elite, and I think it might happen for me pretty soon. If anybody wants to sign up for my team, you're only going to help me get there closer. And then think of all the fun you can have. Where I will be definitely is I'll be on stage in November in Anaheim. So if anybody else is going to be there, please let me know. I think a couple of people have told me so far they're going to be down in Anaheim. So I would love to meet people in person down in Anaheim. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. And oh, did I mention it's Anaheim in November? That's a lot nicer than it is here. Well, it can be very nice here, don't get me wrong, but it's no Anaheim. So it'll be a fun time to go. Yes, I cannot wait. Okay, now let's do these big oak leaves. And again, we're not doing them the true colors. And that's because we don't have to. I'm actually coloring them light. Ivory, 900 and 1000. Some of that's to bring some pink throughout because the flowers are going to be really light. And so they're going to have a lot of pink in them. And is this my ivory? Yeah, okay. So anyway, just to keep that in mind, I will say, can I say this? How can I say this without being inappropriate? The pink flowers, well, I saw them colored in the catalog with a dark pink center and a light pink petals around them. They look kind of boobalicious. That's all I can say. All right? There's no other way I can put it. They're kind of boobalicious. And they kind of stand out as such. So just watch the color combo. Okay? Just watch it a little bit. All right. So let's put in this 1000, which is the lightest. And again, I'm not, this is a bigger space to fill in. So I am working, like I'm not coloring all of the leaves at the same time. I still want a little bit of blending, but I don't, I'm not blending them together on purpose, but I still am coloring one image at a time to get a little bit of cohesion that way. And so it's those three colors. Somebody's going to Jacksonville. Jenny's going to Indianapolis. Very nice. I mean, I won't see you in Anaheim, but I'm glad that everybody's going. That's really cool. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. I'm glad that if you can go, if you can plan it, go, because it's so much fun. Which that's the other thing is if you sign up to be on my team, at least as of tonight, I think all of these sites are still active and available for you to attend on stage. which is a demonstrator only event. Okay, like it's all about new product and meeting other demonstrators, like thousands of other demonstrators, and seeing content that is demonstrator only content. So if that sounds like fun to you, and it is, I'm not gonna lie, please think about getting that starter kit going and then signing up, because you'll be active regardless of any purchases you make after the starter kit. You're still active to go to the on stage. Okay, so I just want you to know that's another fun thing we can do. Let's see, just checking the light a little bit. So anyway, it's gonna be super fun. My teammate and friend of 30 years, Anne, is traveling with me, and I couldn't be happier. We are going to have so much fun. So we'll be there to swap with you. We'll be there. We're working on our swaps already. Well, she is, but we're working on the concept of our swaps. We'll be there to swap with you. We'll be there to chat with you, talk your ear off, work on projects. You know, like how many times are we going to say the word cute? Yeah. Oh gosh, I know. I think I just glanced up. I think we're talking about Roz's Achilles. Roz, those Achilles. Ugh, the word kill is in them, and it's true. They can be quite horrid. Okay, there's our oak leaves. They're so pretty. All right, now let's do the flowers. They're kind of the same, 1,900, and the color lifter. Okay, so we're taking out the ivory and we're bringing in the color lifter. All right, so what I did was I colored the centers, the slightly darker color of 900, and then I did the same thing that I did like with the berries. I just brought the color lifter and did that. Okay, whoops, wrong. All right, and then I went ahead and I colored with 9,000. I colored with 1,000, and then I just did some streaks with the 900, and these are some bigger pieces, right? So I went ahead and used my paintbrush end. No sense in making myself work with that little bullet point if this will get the job done faster. And notice I'm not being super careful on purpose. That was my technique for tonight. Okay, and then bringing in 900, and I'm just following the designer's lines. Like I might put some other thicker pieces in, but I'm not focusing on shading or anything. I'm just focusing on putting some different color in here. It's probably like 3/4 number 1,000 and 1/4 number 900. That is not a scientific estimate. Okay, and then finally we have the beautiful acorns. They're so cute. I can't get over them. And they're 4 different colors, okay? We've got some dark colors, so they're 200 and 500 on the top. Okay. And what I did was I took the bullet points of both, and so there's all these little circles, right? Let me show you what I tried to do. I took half and half-ish. Okay, so there's all these little, they're nubbins on the top. It's like the little textural cap of the acorn. And so I just went through here and I like colored half of these ovals. It's essentially what the shape is. And then I came back in and I colored the top half or the bottom half. I did not keep it the same. the other color. Okay, and then I might like start with the dark and then go to the light. And a couple of them are just, if I didn't get the whole thing colored, then I colored half of it, the other color. You're a hot mess, but you want to make swaps and have fun at onstage. Yes, you're not a hot mess. I'm here to tell you, Jenny, you're not a hot mess. You can try to make swaps. If you don't have time to make swaps, it's okay. I think that one event I went to, I made swaps, and one I didn't. Same, you know, just run out of time. But see, now I'm a little more seasoned. I know, like, when to start thinking about these things, and it's always like before you think you need them. Okay, now the bottom of them, I did 400 and 800. Okay, and I did just a little bit of 800. I thought it really showed off pretty bright. Hey, where are you? Okay, whoops. So most of it's 400, and then I came back in with the 800, and this is where I did kind of color the image, and most of the image, and I did blend it a little bit. And there we go. And if you look up what acorns look like, I think they look just like that. In fact, I posted a photo for this live. If you saw it, it's a whole bunch of acorns. So, okay, see, this is why you go to the Container Store. And you have a beautiful little container to put your markers in. To transport them off. Now I'm going to color, let's see. Yeah, I am going to color one more of these. Okay, just the acorns. I don't even know why I just put those markers away. Hey, dunce. I'm a hot mess now. Jenny, you think you're a hot mess? No. I need to color what I just colored, which was 200 and 500 for the tops. Oh, but not that piece. This piece. See, I just stamped. I didn't worry about these two sides because I knew I only wanted to color, and then 400 and 800. Yeah, so anyway, I only wanted to color the acorns because I'm going to show you a little trick with these dies. Okay, so again, what we just did, okay, now I'm going to do like super fast time. You're going to think I've sped it up. No, I'm not going to edit this video for you. If you want to watch till the end, you have to watch the whole process. That is not my thing. Not that I don't think it's handy to do some time lapse in videos, but because I don't want to learn about it and I don't want to spend hours editing. Not my thing. So I will probably always be a demonstrator that, you know, if you just want to watch like a 10-second reel, I'm probably not going to be for you. You have to sit and talk with me and tell me what's going on and watch the process. Okay. Okay. And then come in and give those a blend. Let those blends do what they do. Okay, I need to color the leaves too. 1,900 in ivory. Those are down here. I can see. Now I kind of know what the colors look like, right? Okay, there we go. Now I can put them over on that side. Okay, so again, just some streakies. I think I started with the ivory. I think I liked the leaves the best. when I just started with the ivory. And I was kind of just like coloring the veining with that, because you color quite a bit of it doing that. And then let's use the 900. And so I drove down to Salt Lake on Sunday night. No, Sunday morning. Stayed the night. Went to a doctor's appointment down there on Monday morning and then drove back. And I was worn out. But that's how I got to IKEA and the Container Store. I ended up renting a car because, well, it was kind of twofold. I wanted to rent like a crossover SUV kind of car to see if I liked that, because I do think I'm going to be buying a car next year, maybe about this time. Depends on the availability of cars. And anyway, I wanted to try it. And then also I was going to IKEA and I thought, what if I see something that I really want or need? I don't want to have to worry about trying to shove it in my car. So that was why I did that. And so I ended up driving, I wanted to try one of the Volkswagens, but they didn't have it. So I ended up driving an Audi, I think it's Q4. It was all right, but I wasn't in love with it. However, it did let me listen to my books and my music on the way down. Okay, let's talk about these die cuts for a minute, then we'll go back to my, big trip, my big 5-hour driving trip. Okay, so here are the dies, okay? They're fabulous, as always. Let me kind of put the stamp set next to them here. Hope you can see that. Stamp set, dies. So here is the die that cuts this out. This beautiful, however it goes. It goes like this. And these images are not at full percent, so that's why they look smaller. So this cuts this out. You've got a leaf and an acorn. Okay, then you have this beautiful swirl for these sentiments or whatever you want to use it for. And then you have this piece that actually the easiest way is to just show you. I used it on the background and it just cuts out a shape with all sorts of little shapes inside of it. Okay, so then there's that. And then there's this piece, which is actually this. Okay, see, same size. The only difference is it has these lines that cut the die into segments, cut the stamp into segments. Now, the easiest way to just really highlight this for you is to cut it out. Okay, so I know I colored the whole image for you, but we're only using the acorn piece of this because if you look at this image, it looks like a full, just an all, what do I want to say? Just one big image, right? But really, the brilliance of it is it can also be a set of the flowers, acorns, and then this greenery with the berries over here. Let me show you. If you use this die, first of all, if you want to keep it like I kept it here as one big solid image, then you use this other die. You use this die, which only cuts around the outside. See that? But for this second card, we are going to use this die, which cuts it into its pieces and parts. And then you can start rearranging it in different ways, and you can start using it for the insides of cards or the outsides of cards. Is it not fabulous, or what? Who has this? Who knew of this? And who thinks it's great? I need to know. It is clever. It's so clever. Okay, and then there's lots of little points in these dies where you can check to see that you're getting everything. Here's the curly Q. You've got around these curly Qs, okay? It's a nice tight fitting die. You definitely don't want to mess it up after you've done all that work. So I'm using a little bit of purple tape. And then you don't always have to go back and forth. I just do because it's easy. It brings it back to you. And then what you're left with, you guys, are then 3 separate pieces. No, 4 separate pieces. So then you get these 2 pieces. Look at them. Then you get the acorns, which I said we were going to use, right? And then you get this flower, berry, and greenery combo. It's quite brilliant, really. I know. You like it now. Oh my gosh, thank goodness you were here, Kathy. So, I mean, that's the brilliance of this, is it's already pretty versatile, but once you realize that they put together, like whoever designed this, designed it so this can be one big image or a bunch of little images. What? I mean, I don't think I'm smart enough to get that. You know what? I can use it. Why don't you tell me what it does? I can use it and go crazy with it. Okay, so anyway, I didn't color all those because of the interest of time. Normally, if I was going to use this one, though, that cuts it all apart, I'd go ahead and just do the whole thing because it's enjoyable to me, and then I would have those extra pieces. Okay, so now we have, and I know I just saw, I need to color these 2 leaves. No big deal. While we're here, though, I am going to stamp this ribbon type stamp, and it's going to be for our sentiment, whatever we choose to put in it. I don't remember what I was even thinking about. But here's the deal. These long, thin photopolymer stamps. You have got to let them lay flat, and then you take your block and put that on top. I know I've told you this before, but it bears repeating, right? Okay, so what you're not going to want to do is do this and put it on, okay? Most likely you will have pulled it out of shape, and it won't be the same shape as the die cut, and then you'll think there's something wrong with the die cut. Nothing wrong with the die cut. You've pulled this out of shape. Because the cool thing about photopolymer is they're kind of versatile, right? You can change their shape. If you want to leave it like it is and use the die cut for it, you've got to do that, okay? Same thing with these sentiments that have a slight curve. They do that to fit this image, but you've got to put them down, face down like you're going to use them to stamp, okay? And then put the block on them. If you don't, they probably won't work. Okay, so given that, then you're off and running. It's nothing difficult then. So I'm just going to use this little piece of spare white, basic white, and oh gosh, you only have an $8 credit. Well, you know what? If you put that with a little more money, then you can buy it. And get some freebies, Kathy. Okay, so this is really pretty. I love it so much. And I don't think we're going to emboss it this time. How about if we just use a color? This is kind of going to be up to you guys. We are going to make a card that's like this, only it's going to be this way. And the only pieces we're going to use are going to be these acorns. So we're going to flank our sentiment with these acorns. Okay? I hope you can see that. What should we use for our card base? I don't know. I haven't planned that part. I thought that might be something you would want to help me with. So let me clean this stamp. And I'll start getting some colors out, but I want to see some colors suggestions from you in the comments, okay? So again, we've used all neutrals, and then you can see that they're, like for this card, I used Petal Pink, and I definitely think that the flowers draw in that color. They're very close to that color. But it doesn't have to be that, because these are all really neutral. Let me color these leaves, and while I'm doing that, I'm sure you're going to have lots of options for me to choose from. Those leaves are 600 in bronze. Okay. All right. 600. I feel like I can tell. Nope. I feel like I can tell what bronze looks like. Nope. Oh, and yeah, Corinne says you definitely need to lay the train stamps down, or you get wavy train cars. They're photopolymer too. Yes, that's too funny. You get a train car that's going through an earthquake. Not so good. Oh, pretty. Cajun Craze. Okay, let me grab that. Soft suede. Let me grab that and we'll take a look. Hello now. Oh, beautiful rich colors. Here's soft suede. Definitely makes a pop, doesn't it? Beautiful. Here it is on Cajun Craze. That's so pretty. Okay, let's grab pumpkin pie. And okay, I was waiting to see if there was another one there. Now let's see what it does. Is this so fun? I love it. I love seeing how they change. That even makes the pinks look like pumpkin pie a little bit. Do we like one of these colors? Now we're going to get some voting going. Like, are you liking one of these? Is one like a clear choice to you? Or do you want me to try another color? I don't know that one's a clear choice to me. So here's what those two look like. Okay, and then here's pumpkin pie. They're all really good. Yeah, there's not really like, oh, that's it. Let's see what we have as far as embellishments. This is how I break a tie sometimes. Kathleen says soft suede looks good. It does look good. Okay, so sometimes then I go, well then, what are, I could use the gold matte sequins again. They're very cool. Now if I did that, now if I did that, I really probably would want it on soft suede or on, I like the gold with the soft suede. But we have other things. Now this red one was trying to get away. Pat likes pumpkin pie. Sherry likes Cajun Craze. Okay. Once something gets to 4, that's going to be it, unless we stumble on something that's like killer. And of course, we can use the Rustic metallic adhesive back dots. Those are in the He's the Man suite in our annual catalog. Look, here's another one. I said, get back in there. Sillies. That's why these little plastic containers are good. How about a chocolate brown, like early espresso? That's what those look like. Again, I mean, perfect. Would also work with those two embellishments. So now let's kind of show you, these are closer choices. do you like one of those? There's another vote for soft suede, one for early espresso. We could use the metallics. I'm feeling like they don't go with the colors so well. Let me find something that would go well with Cajun Craze. We need some Cajun Craze embossment or embellishments, don't we? No, not the flowers. The flowers would be weird. We have these gold dots that are in the, this is a Christmas set, but they are the red and green adhesive backed pearls, but they're gold, so. Okay, let's see. I know close to cocoa, that's what I was thinking, or chocolate chip, right? Barb says Cajun Craze, but they all look nice. They do. I mean, you guys like jumped on them. They looked good. Okay, let's see where our votes are. Oh, here, I think we can show this way. I don't know if you guys are on the camera, but there's our color swatch. All right, got pearls and color. Yes, that's right. Do I have any just plain pearls? No, but I have the classic matte dots right now. Life is, oh, okay, or I do have these also, which go, of course, really well. Amber Gems. They go really well with the pumpkin pie. They could go with that too. I don't know that they go with our colored images though. I think they make it too orange. Soft suede. I know, we used to have acorn trinkets. I just gave some of those away as a freebie. They're so cute. So cute. Okay, what? I'm letting this, I forgot to like watch my colors here. So we've got soft suede, 1, 2, 3. 4. We have 4 for soft suede. Let's go with soft suede. All the other choices are fantastic. That's the cool thing, right? Is that it's not really a wrong answer. Okay, so, whoops. Now see, I have all those magazines or catalogs where they're not supposed to be on my paper trimmer. And we're gonna run a little late tonight. That's okay. You can always watch replay if you need to. I will stop at 8:30 regardless, and we'll do the drawing though. But I mean, I don't think we'll be that much later. Oh, I forgot to score that. That's an oddity for me. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see if I can score this with my bone folder. I am not very good at that. I'm not good at that. I crease the paper. Do you guys do that? I don't get it. Nope. I have to use the scoring blade. Much better. Okay. Now let's move these other colors. We'll use them some other time. And then here's what I think we should do. I think we should do a back panel with dry embossing on it. And let's do that 4 by 5 1/4. And then I can use this crinkled up paper that I made. Okay. And then let me grab, I'm kind of thinking now, if I had the falling leaves embossing folder, I would use that. I don't have it. How is that possible? It's so beautiful. But I think I'm going to use Time Worn Type because it's just very random and yeah, it's very all occasion. So, then we have some more Cajun Craze. Next time, ladies. Cajun Craze next time. Okay, So putting this in, getting an embossing piece. Doing this off screen, but this is something you do in the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. That's why it's called that. Roll that through. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Yeah, so see, that adds so much interest right there. The other thing that I'm going to tell you that we can do here is, let's see, this is going to be a little tricky, but we can still do it. So we have adhesive sheets, right? They're like dimensionals, only they're a whole sheet. I love them so much. I used them for the first card that we had, and I'm thinking that maybe I can use it for the acorn piece. Oh, maybe. It's kind of funky, but I think I can get it. So you roll these through the die cutting machine too, with the same sandwich that you use for a die. And they're fabulous. And I think you get 6 in a package, so you get a lot. And the cool thing is that you can use dimensionals if you want to, or adhesive strips and stuff like that. But this is a piece of dimensional that's exactly cut like your die. So, and then you just use the other pieces for little fill-in. So nothing goes to waste. It can all be a weird shape. You just kind of use it as it is. In fact, this one I'm going to go ahead and cut a whole image and then just keep it with my stamp set. So you run it through the die cutter just like that. Okay, look at those. And then I'm going to put these pieces in with my stamp set so that next time I'm making something, then I have them, okay? And then all of this can be used on other cards and stuff. Okay, so you just have to size this up before you put it down because you can't pull it back out, okay? What about an extra layer of Cajun Craze? Darn it. I use a block. Oh, that's a cool idea. Maybe that gives you a little more leverage than just a thin bone folder. Okay, so the way, oh, the static electricity grabbed that. Stop it now. Tango, you're gonna have to wait for Mom. Yes, you are. Okay, take your pick tools, always helpful, right? A million different uses. Okay. There. Oh, look at it. It makes its own embellishment. Perfect. Nicely cut. I can't believe how great these adhesive sheets cut out. They're phenomenal. Whoops. Okay. They're also clear. They want to stick to my nails. Oh, I got that one off a little bit. That's okay. They want to stick to my nails, which are new, by the way. Got them done yesterday for you. Hope you like them. Kind of different. Yeah, check it out. Then it's perfect. You don't see it, and it's fully, it's not going to sink anywhere because it's fully a sticker. Yes, it's a full sticker. Okay. So then this, I'm going to just center. I have a 1/4 inch around it. If you don't get it fully centered, no one cares. It's still super beautiful. And then these are going to flank around this sentiment, okay, which we have to stamp something in it. So the first one I have, sending many thanks, which I really love. That's a really nice thing to give to someone. Let's use happy thoughts of you. I like that. And this also fits right into this particular stamp. Oh, I think so. I think it does. I mean, I can